And a very good day, ladies and gentlemen. Jim here again. We're back on the northern Trans-Pennine route in Train Sim World 2020, and we're going to have another go at the Class 101. I say we're going to have another go because if you have a look at the introduction, okay, I got a bronze on that and I was lucky to get that. I also did down and out and I got a bronze and I was lucky to get that. I've got the gear changes figured out, but braking is the problem with this. So let's have another go. Description: Class 101, complete a passenger run into Manchester, Victoria before taking the train out of service and heading to Newton Heath Depot. Yeah, alright, well let's get started. I want to thank everybody on Facebook who's given me lots of great ideas and suggestions in regards to how to brake this thing. No pun intended there, I don't literally mean break it, but yeah, how to actually stop the Class 101. I'm actually enjoying the challenge. It's definitely more difficult than the version in Train Sim 2020, and I'm determined that this is not going to get the better of me, but we shall see. Like I say, I'm optimistic this time. I think my controls are all working. So here we go, down and out. So it looks like we're starting out at Stalybridge, but on an all-stop service, departing. Head over and sit in the driver's seat. Okay. So I've actually got a mouse on here now. So let's see if this is any better than what I've been doing before with the trackball. Well, I don't know what speed I'm running at here, but hey guys. That's definitely very strange looking at all those people in the train. Yeah. So here's our train. Let's get the doors open. Okay, prepare for departure, set the main switch on, but before we do that, let's set this to Manchester. Oh. Manchester, there we go. So let's get, okay, so the main switch to on, set the reverser forward, and unlock the doors. Okay. So while we're here, let's get everything else sorted out. Where's the throttle? Throttle's at oh, and the gear changes. There we go, we're on one. So really, we should be good to go in a moment, as long as I don't start rolling off like I do quite regularly. So I'll probably stop at about 15. There we go, keep it on that for now. Lights, there we go. And I just turned the front lights off. Let's get those lights back on again. Okay, lock the doors. Gauge first gear. I love the optimism. And let's release these brakes. Okay, so we got to get to Ashton-under-Lyne at 7:36. Yeah. Again, I love the optimism. So, one thing in fact, let's get up to 50 miles an hour, then we can start chatting. So we've got a single yellow aspect coming up. But again, the speed limit here is 15, so we should be good. So pick it up a little notch, and we change speed. There we go. So let's keep it there. So before, when I did the tutorial, the one thing that confused me was this guy here. It says to have the train pressure at 15, which I had no idea where it was. So there we go. So that's the one I need to look at. And when I'm releasing these brakes. So at the moment they're completely off, so I think that's like 21, what is that, pounds per square inch? I'm not quite sure what we're looking at here. I'm not sure what we're looking at here, but anyway, so that's the gauge I need to keep an eye on when I'm releasing the brakes. And at the moment we're at 40 miles an hour. I certainly hope we're not going to speed up too much. And I think, as I said, I think we're okay. So far so good. So far so good. So just waiting on the speed change. There we go. Second gear. Throttle back. Into second gear. It's white again, which means I can accelerate. You notice it turns grey down here. It turns grey when it's actually, when the engine is actually engaging the U gear. So there we go, we're up at the high end of the yellow. Throttle back, change gear, and you see it was a light grey for a few seconds. I think they say give it 2 seconds. So what have we got to keep an eye on? So stop at location 736, we're at 735, 20 yards we've got a green, and we've got a 50 mile coming up. So our actual stop is 0.7 of a mile away, so let's throttle back. And I know I'm way too early. I've got the brake lever to lap, so let's just leave it there for a moment. And as we're cruising along, let's put it into fourth gear, which is what they recommend. It would be really nice if I could actually make it there at 736, but 900 yards. Okay, so here we go, wish me luck. So let's get it down 800 yards, let's get it down to 15 pounds. I'm going to call it pounds, it could be inches. Of pressure, probably is pounds, so there we go. Back to lap. Okay, we're at 16, so let's see where we go. 30 miles an hour, 500 yards. Miles an hour, 400 yards to go. I have a feeling I might have braked a bit too early, but 20 seconds. We are slowing down. I don't know why I sound so surprised that we're slowing down. 20 miles an hour. So let's give it another little bit of, drop it down to about 8, I think is the next one I need to go to. Yep, there's 8 there, and we're in lap. Release the brakes entirely, stick it into first, just in case. Nope, I think we're good. Keep it back and forth. Oh, would you believe it? Oh my goodness me. Yeah, okay, so let's release about 50% of that, so get it back up to about 15, and again I'm watching this guy here. I'm going to get to about 15, stick it back in lap. Okay, so we got some air pressure controlling it on the brakes. I'm going to stick it into first gear. Wow. Okay, let's get ready to lock the brakes. Okay, and let's get going. Please let's get going. Did I release the brakes? No, I didn't. Ah, okay. So 7:37, let's have a look at this. So I was a minute over. That's fine. That's fine. I'm happy with a minute over. It's the best I've done so far, actually. So yeah, so 4.1 miles is our stop. And we've got a 60 coming up. So here I'm dilly-dallying. In the yellow, drop the throttle back, change into second, and accelerate. And what we're looking for here is 26 miles an hour. it's like a car, you have to get the gear to match the speed of the engine. So 26 miles an hour, drop it back, third gear, and we got a 60 coming up in 1.5 miles. And we got, oh, the old-fashioned signs there. Oh, focus on your driving, James. And I think it's 39 roughly, 39 miles an hour. 37, 38, 39, drop it back, oh, into fourth gear, and get the accelerator going. Wow, okay, so far so good. And the pressure's on. To say this is more intense now that I've actually got something almost right, it makes me feel that I can't fail now. When I say I can't, I probably can, but I shouldn't, or I don't want to, so let's bring it back. First gear. 46, okay. 0.9, we're in a 60, we've got green coming up, let's have a look outside. So I do have oh, I just heard a sheep then. So I must not daydream. I must not daydream. As I was trying to say there, I've got a mouse on here now. Before I had a trackball, and it was difficult to control. It was always very, excuse me, it was always very jittery. In fact, we're heading downhill here, so let me put it into lap. The reason I put it into lap is so I can get ready to actually start applying some brakes. Lap is basically lost my train of thought there. Anyway, let's add a little bit of brake. That was too much. That's way too much. So let's release it all again and put it back into lap. So 2.5 miles, we're into a 40, a 45 rather. Oh, and we're at 49, so, and we're going down a hill, so let's add a little bit of brake. Drop it down to about 15 and put it into lap. And I know again I'm very early, but what is that? Trade pressure. And I apologise that I don't know what it's got. Pounds on the other side, so release the brakes. We're at 45. It looks like it's saying inches. I will definitely have to look that up. But anyway, at the moment I'm quite happy because I'm not speeding. I'm actually 45 miles an hour. Okay, my controls seem to be going crazy there. Probably held the buttons in too long. Okay, 1.3 miles at 45. And I'm hoping that the controls don't mess up for me here. If you've seen any of the pictures that I put up about the controls that I'm using, it's actually flight simulator controls. And they do tend to sometimes have a mind of their own, and I'm actually speeding, so into lap. Let's get it slow down a little. On 15, okay. Back to lap. A little bit late there, I think we just went over a crossing. And release the brakes. Yeah, do you see that there? It's jumping around a little bit. Not quite sure what's causing that, but so we're in first gear. Now, should I be in first gear or should I be in idle? That's the thing. Okay, and I think I figured out the problem. I've actually got a throttle quadrant on here as well. And that uses an analog joystick as well as the buttons. So I think it could have been like between two values. We got a green, so we're good to go. Brake pressure's released. And we're just coasting along at 42 miles an hour. Wow, speed limit's 60, but at 0.9 of a mile we dropped down to a 20. Okay, so let's lap. And I think I might miss this. Let's just get it down to 15. Yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Panic, 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 panic. Panic, panic. Let's get these brakes on. Okay, I got full brakes. Please stop, please stop, please stop, please stop, please stop. Please stop. Today would be good. Okay, okay. I'm fine with that. So I'm fine with that. Let's have a look actually. Yeah, I'm fine with that. That's, yeah, okay. So let's get brake gear selector back down to 1. Throttle on 1. Let's release about 50% of the brakes, put it back on lap so we don't start rolling away. Let's get ready to go. Lock left, brakes off, and let's get rolling. There we go. Okay, so I wonder how late we are. The time is now 7:45. We need to be at the next location at 7:45, which is impossible. I don't care. Hey, this is the best that I've actually driven the Class 101 so far. It's, and again, the fact that I'm using a joystick as well as buttons to control the same thing, and the buttons really were there when the oh, hang on, let's accelerate. We're at 60 miles an hour, second gear. And the buttons were there for when the joystick's actually messed up, because all it's doing is it's taking a value and it's sending a key press. And it sometimes, as you saw there, it gets between values. Third gear, and we've got to stop, so throttle back. Fourth gear. 800 yards at 27 miles an hour. I think we're okay for now. Okay, so let's give it 15. Oh, I didn't put it into lap. So let's give it 15 pounds. I'm going to, as I said, I'm going to call it 15 pounds. Put it back to lap to hold that. We've got a single aspect yellow. Really, this is nope, watch what you're doing, James. Release the brakes. Stick it in first gear so we can move again. Yeah, braked a little too early, but you know what, that's fine. I'm trying to actually judge using the speed that I'm going and how far away it is, and again, it's not the easiest thing. So here we are. So get back down to 15. And I should have put it into lap first. And lap. Oh, a bit more brake, okay. Let's get it down to about 8 and lap that. Oh, please don't, please don't, please don't, please don't. Please! Oh, 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 oh my word. Okay. that would have been bad if I'd lost it there. Wow. Hey, we're still just about on the platform. Anyway, let's get configured. So, in first gear. First gear. Okay, release. Oh, put it into lap. Get it back to about 15. In fact, at this rate, I'll be shutting the doors actually. Lock the doors. Lock the doors, just release the brakes, and away we go actually. So much to watch and keep your eye on. So much to watch and keep your eyes on, it really is. But this is a lot of fun. As I was saying earlier, that I do need to watch the speeds and how far I am away from the station, so 750. Yeah, it's not going to happen. But never mind. How far is it? 1.3 mile. We are not doing bad at all. Oh, we've got a 20 mile an hour coming up. Okay. Wow. Get it into lap. 20 miles an hour, release the brakes. Wow. As we're coasting, stick it into fourth. Oh, a little bit quick. Lost my focus there, guys. Way too much brake, but never mind. And we're going down a hill, there we go. That's, yeah. Yeah, and all that lack of control on the brake, on the speed there is me. Oh, please don't stop. What was I saying about how good we were doing? So, back into idle, brakes to lap. Let's see if 15% will hold it. Or 15 pounds or 15 inches or whatever it is that I'm looking at. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. Phew. That's you'll have to excuse my excitement there. 0.7 of a mile. Oh, okay. Let's release the brakes. It's a fairly steep decline there. Actually, it was 2%. We're now down to 1%. But the speed, oh, the speed drops to 15 again. So let's not get too excited. And which seems to be our favorite number. Put it into lap. Okay. Get it down to 15 and hold it there. And we've got a green aspect coming up. Is that going to be enough, I wonder? 15? Probably not, because we are heading downhill, so there's about 9. I know that 10 is normally a 8 rather is normally a set value when you want to slow down a lot. Oh, and we're speeding. Ah, pig. Okay, release those brakes. Still happy with this. We're like 2 minutes over, but I'm still very, very happy with where we're going with this. So as we're heading downhill, I do need to keep some brakes applied. So lap. Trouble I can't see the pressure now. I'm too zoomed in. Ah, dear! Please don't stop. I don't know why I'm saying please. I don't mind. Oh, stick it into first gear. It's just something I just don't want to keep stopping in the middle of the track, you know? It's just a personal goal. I'm sure the passengers would say, hey, you know, we'd like to actually get there. So, anyway, without further ado, lap. Oh, dear. And again, I think I read that normally like around 8. So there's about 8% on the lap, and I'm going to stop way too early. Oh, dear. Oh, we're moving again. Yeah, I know. Made a little bit of a pig's ear of that. Okay, so hopefully everybody's all getting out. And I think if I was a passenger on this, I'd probably be getting out as well. So let's see where we are with the brakes. We've got full brakes on. Let's release some of that. Let's get it down to about 15. Okay, and hit the lap button. We're in first gear. Again, I need to have a look at this. Do I need to be in first gear or neutral? Let's put it in neutral at the moment, because I have a feeling we're probably going to be going in the opposite direction. Yeah, no. You don't need to be a rocket scientist to figure that one out. There's actually nowhere to go that way. So if we're going backwards, let's set those to, that one to red, that one to red. Lock the doors. Lock both. There we go. Unit is taken out of service, change ends and run it over to Newton Heath Depot. I wonder if Newton Heath Depot is up here. Not in service. And I missed that, didn't I? Well, that seems to have a will of its own, doesn't it? Okay. Yeah, I think I'll leave that one alone. Okay, so what does it say to do? Shut down any active controls, set the master key to off. So, handbrake's released, driver's brake to lap, the reverser. So the reverser needs to be off, I think. Gear selector is neutral, throttle is idle, lights are on. Okay, so let's... master key. Okay, master key needs to be off. Okay. Looks like you need to be sitting down before you can operate the master switch. There we go. So now will it let me open the door? Move to the rear cab. But it won't let me... Okay. Right. Hello, how you doing? This is interesting, because, oh, an interesting squishy sound. Sound like I stood on somebody's breakfast. Okay, shut the door. Right, so let's set the main switch to on, reverse or forward. Let's do the lights first. Just because. And the sensitivity of this mouse movement is very, very harsh at the moment, so I do apologise if I'm jumping around a lot. So, main switch to on. Okay, reverser forward. In fact, let's... There we go. Reverser forward, objective complete. Engage first gear, release all the brakes, increase power. Let's do the lights as well. Let's get the lights here. So, what's the brakes on? Okay, we're still on 15. Okay, so first gear, release the brakes. Stop at location, Newton Heath. This is probably the first time in 8 hours, 6 hours of driving the Class 101 that I actually feel like I'm in control of the... Wow, they're close. Wow, talk about feeling like somebody's looking over your shoulder. Yeah, it's the first time since I started driving the 101 a couple of days ago that I actually feel like I'm in control of the 101 and not the other way around. So what have we got? Speed limit of 15 here, and that is just below the gear change, or the recommended speed for gear change. So let's just keep it. Yep, we're going up a hill, which is fine because we're going back the way we came. And I'm assuming all the points are correct. How far away is Newton Heath anyway? So we've got to stop at 360 yards. So let's see if we can actually stop here without making a pig's ear of it. Stick into fourth gear. And I should have put it into lap first. Never mind. Doing 10 miles an hour, let's get it down to 15. And that's way too early, okay. Way too early. Let's release the brakes. Yeah, so here's a thing to remember. When you're only doing 10 miles an hour, you don't need to brake so hard. So what am I in? I'm in first. No, I'm in. Yeah, I'm in first gear. Well, here we go. Well, that's not good. How on earth did that happen? How on earth? That is very strange. In fact, let's get these brakes on. Did I? Let's have a look at the map here. I definitely wasn't expecting this. Ah. Aha, okay. But it doesn't... There was nowhere to change the points. There was nowhere to change the points here. Well, you know what, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to have to call this one a day. Something did not go right here, but you know what, it doesn't matter. I thoroughly enjoyed that, and as I said, I'm actually starting to get the hang of the brakes, which is really which was the purpose of redoing this one again. Not quite sure why that train's coming down towards me, but anyway, if any of you guys know, please feel free to let me know. Other than that, everybody, have a great day, and thanks for watching.